This is the first thing you see when you arrive on the island. With nothing more than the clothes you're wearing, you need to find a way to survive. Welcome to SCUM 101 Hit the Ground Running, where I am going to show you the best way to go from a fresh spawn to an established character. The first thing you're going to want to do is find a rock pile. Search it and find 2 stones. By clicking on both stones and right-clicking on one, you can choose to craft a stone knife. Notice at the bottom of the screen I have 2 recipes up for the same stone knife. In the components section, the knife requires either type of stone to be able to be crafted, and you can check which components are able to be substituted by clicking the left and right arrow below the word components. Keep this in mind when crafting anything in SCUM. Next, we are going to cut down a bush using the knife we just crafted. Once that's done, find a long stick on the ground and right-click on it and craft an improvised wooden spear. The spear is a great weapon to have for zombies, and you want to craft one immediately when you land. Any long sticks left in your vicinity can now be cut down into smaller sticks by right-clicking and cutting down. From here, go to your crafting menu and craft the tree bark rope from 5 small sticks. To make space, I always end up destroying the bank card that I spawn with, as it will have no money on it and you won't need it until later. You can always get a new one from the bank in game. Now, we are going to cut up the orange shirt and the socks we are wearing so that we may acquire some cloth rags to then craft a bag to increase our inventory space. With the rope we just made and the 3 rag strips we get from cutting these clothing items, go to the crafting menu and select the improvised carrier backpack. The last thing we need to craft before we start exploring and getting more loot is a bow and arrow. This is great for killing zombies quietly from range and should always be used, as opposed to a much louder firearm. Go ahead and cut down several bushes, as we are going to need 5 small sticks for more tree bark rope and 1 large stick for the bow itself. Any remaining small sticks will be used to make your arrows, and you want to make sure that you stack around 12 to 24 arrows in your newly acquired backpack. This pretty much wraps up your starting kit. From here, I would be looking at the map and planning my route to the nearest military bunker that also has a pretty large point of interest in between the bunker and me. On my way to the bunker, I stop in major towns to get food from gardens, grocery stores, and homes. Some towns even have pharmacies where you can find basic medicine in very rare occasions. When finding new gear, make sure not to leave any items behind by checking the inventory of the gear that you're replacing. Don't worry too much though, it happens to the best of us. When finding gear that you don't need, go ahead and cut it into rags so that you can use it as bandages later. Now, when I found this pair of pants, I decided to cut my old pair up into rags, and at that point I had so many rags it was taking up so much space, I decided to craft a bundle of rags, which cut down on how much space they were taking up. Now, when I'm in town, I'm looking for nails, bolts, several pieces of metal scrap, some thread, and screwdrivers, which are needed to lockpick in-game lockers. The main places you're going to find these things are garages, which mainly give you small screwdrivers and nails and some metal, barns, which are small screwdrivers, metal, and some nails here and there, and sheds, which also give you a good amount of nails. When arriving at the bunker, the first things I'll do is locate the entrances, learn the path of travel for the mechs, and make sure the mechs are not on high alert already from a recent contact. If everything looks good, I'll move a bit of ways away and find a good bush to hide a box in. Before going into the bunker, I try to make a box to deposit high value items in. To make that box, we're going to need to make a stone axe. Like earlier, find 2 stones, and after selecting them, craft a stone axe head. Next, make some more tree bark rope, and to do this, we're going to have to go to a nearby bush and cut it down for the 5 extra sticks that we need to make the rope. Go to the crafting menu like before, and find the rope and craft it. Once that's done, make sure that you have 1 extra stick, and you can go into your crafting menu once again and find the axe and craft it. To make a box, you're going to need wood. Cut down a nearby tree and then take a few logs and cut them down further into wood planks. Next, go to your building menu and about halfway down on the left, you will find the improvised wooden chest. At most, you will need 3 logs cut down into planks, 3 metal scrap pieces, and 6 nails. Place the chest blueprint anywhere on the ground around you and hit Shift F to autofill the recipe. What I'm doing here is dragging my new box to the bush I picked out earlier. To do this, open your inventory and click and drag the icon of the box at the top of the screen to the ground towards the direction you are heading. Wait for the box to turn blue and release the mouse to place the box there. Some people can even master doing this at a sprint, and it's quite impressive to me. Before moving on, be sure to place some bonfire blueprints around your box so you can easily find the bush later, and clear out your inventory so you have space to loot the bunker. To get into the bunker undetected takes a little bit of practice. Learn the mech's path of travel, timings, and its point of view, and stay out of those at all times. You can hide behind objects and in bushes, and as long as you keep out of sight from the mech, even if you do alert it, the mech will de-aggro after a few moments of it looking for you. Inside the bunker, you will face some of the hardest puppets in SCUM. You can use your bow in tight spaces by approaching the puppet, pressing middle mouse button to jab punch them, causing them to stagger back, and giving you ample time to knock, draw, and release an arrow. If you find yourself out of arrows, resort to your spear, which will take longer to kill with, but it will be a very simple event. To use the spear properly, jab the target and back up, jab and back up. By this point, it's safe to assume we've been hit by a couple puppets, and our gear is probably starting to get damaged. It's time to make our first sewing kit and repair our gear. To do this, search a freshly killed puppet and then chop the puppet up to get the bone. With this bone, right-click it and craft a bone needle. Now you're going to go to your crafting menu and find your improvised sewing kit and craft it with the bone needle and thread you found earlier in the town. Go ahead and repair your clothing and shoes with the sewing kit you had just made. For those of you wondering what that beeping and soon-to-be explosion is, well, it's your worst nightmare as a fresh player. These are what we call bombies. Yes, it has a suicide vest strapped to its chest. Kill these from range for now using your bow and arrow. Never let one get close to you. We'll talk about these guys again later. Every room in a bunker is great for finding gear. Just explore and loot as much as you can, making trips to your box if needed. However, make sure to visit each bunker's armory, as this is where you will find most of your weapons you can use or sell. Most bunkers have at least 2 armories and 4 lockers in each one. Also, try to visit each bunker's medical offices. Here you will find painkillers, antibiotics, tourniquets, bandages, along with other odds. Another great room in bunkers are the offices. Here you will find padlocks, which you will want to pick up every padlock you find. You will also find rubber bands here, 9 volts, and bobby pins. Now, I was very fortunate and had a supply drop land near me. Take and unpack the bobby pins you found in the bunker by right-clicking and unpacking them one at a time. From there, you will go to your crafting menu and craft those bobby pins into lockpicks. There are 6 lockers inside the airdrop, and you'll need 6 bobby pin lockpicks and 6 screwdriver uses. Turn the lockpick while feathering the F key until you get the key cylinder to turn completely. These are amazing for getting gear, however it is the most dangerous activity you will do as of yet. Whether you find an airdrop or not, after a bunker run you should be able to craft a lock and secure your box before taking some things to the trader to sell. Grab 15 padlocks and a toolbox and go to your crafting menu and the advanced lock. After crafting, click and drag the lock to the icon of the box and your box is now locked. Now that everything is secure, let's pack our bags with some of the loot that we're going to go sell at the trader. I have found night vision and guns that I don't want to particularly keep to sell the best at the trader. When you get to the trader, you're going to want to head over to the armory.
If you're trying to rob the place, that thing
Here
registered.
you can sell all your weapons and night vision.
Nobody
Be sure to
cares.
click the night vision you're wearing, and also there is a tab at the top labeled holster, you can click that and sell any weapons that you are carrying on your back. Once you've selected everything you want to sell it and confirm it at the top right, usually centered. Now find in your bag the cash that you made from your sale and head over to the bank and deposit it. It is very important to keep money in your bank when you play SCUM. Every death, every respawn will cost you money to choose where you want to respawn. Now, you can do random and it is less expensive. However, if you die in a bad situation, you're probably going to want to get back to that sector and that location very quickly. And for this reason, that is why it is so important to keep money in your bank and your card protected. If you've made it this far, thank you so much, and please like and subscribe if you found this video to be helpful, but I want to leave you with one extra tip. When you go to log off at the end of the night, go to your building menu and put down your torch blueprints around a tree. Then go and make a wooden shovel with what you get from that tree. You can literally craft the tree bark rope from the tree branches and the wood plank that you need to make the actual spoon of the shovel. Once that's crafted, go grab your box that you made earlier, the one that's locked, and drag it over in between those two torches. Place it pretty centered, and then grab that shovel and bury the box. When it's done getting buried and you either log out, a reset happens, or even if no one's in the area and then they come to that area, the only thing they're going to see on the ground is the stumps and planks that you had cut up. Now, after a reset, those will be gone too. So this is a great way to hide your box, and when you hold down right click, it'll show you that box underground. Thanks again for watching, and stay tuned for more SCUM 101 series.